In this video, I'm going to talk about the golden age or the light age, and also I'm going to talk about the rapture and the reason why the rapture is not more going to happen. So if this is the first time that you are listening to me, this is Anchor, the Light with Ifabwat, a channel dedicated to teach what I call holistic spirituality. So if this is the first time you are hearing me, I want you to subscribe, like, and also share, and let us explore. It is going to be an interesting journey because God has done so many things that we need to know and we need to also understand so that we can also participate in it and also enjoy the goodness of God that has been, bequeathed to humanity now. Yes, let me first talk about the ages. To those of you who are religious, and especially the Christians or those who know about the Bible, it is recorded in the book of Matthew 28 and I think that verse 20 or the last verse of the book of Matthew. Jesus said, I will be with you until the end of the age. I will be with you until the end of the age. That is the King James Version. That is how it was recorded. Jesus said, I will be with you until the end of the age. What it means is that there are ages. We have the dark age, the light age, and the neutral age. In my last video, I spoke about the secret that has been kept for over 3 billion years, and now God has revealed to humanity. And I spoke about how in 3 billion years, Alpha, who is light, the creator or source of all creation, in his own wisdom, flip himself and create equal and opposite side of himself, which is called the anti-source. God is called source, or the creator is called source. And he created anti-source, the opposite of himself. And the reason behind that creation was to create what is called balance, so that he can also create what is called matter, and I explain it. So to those of you who if you want to know more about what that particular subject talks about, then you can check my previous videos and you will understand. So God, after he created the dark side, he is light, and he created darkness. He is source, and he created the anti-source, equal and opposite side of himself. It is incumbent upon the anti-source also to operate in the multiverse. When I say multiverse, one thing I also always want you to understand is that it is not only this planet that God has created. God has created so many planets and stars and galaxies and universes, plenty. And most of these stars and planets, there are beings that also inhabit those places. And we call it multiverse, multiple of universes, multiple of planets. But God created our planet Earth first. So the planet Earth is the gateway to both sides of the astra, or the both sides of the verses. That's the lower astra and the upper astra, the dark side of the multiverse and the light side of the multiverse. So our planet Earth is the gateway to both sides. So whatever happened here also have a ripple effect in almost the entire multiverse. That is one side of it. But when God created the dark side, God also created other beings in the dark side. And the dark side is controlled by the dark overlord, and also the Lucifer and Satan and all those kind of. There are angels or demons that work in the lower astral or the dark side, and God gave them power and ability to create so many things So in that period that we call the dark age, the dark side or the anti-source or the antichrist control about 79% of the things in the multiverse, including our planet Earth. And God or source, light, also was controlling only 21%. So everything, even though God is the source of all things, that even the ones that the lower astral or the antichrist and all those kind of the dark side were using, they got their power and their energy and everything from the light side. So when that thing happens, even if God want to give something to humanity on this planet or in the multiverse, it is always passed through the omega side or the dark side before it gets to us. So we call that time the dark age. And it was an agreement. The dark and the light had an agreement that this time you have the right to operate in the universe or in the multiverse. So in every agreement, there are some conditions and terms in that agreement. And to those of you who are also religious, we can refer to this thing in the book of Job. Those who know the Bible, in the book of Job, there is a portion in the book of Job where the devil or Satan went to heaven and met God and his angels sitting, or God and his angels. And Satan also went there. Why should Satan go to the place of God? Because Satan is also the creation of God. God created the devil, so he has also access to God. So when he went there, according to the scriptures, God asked him, have you considered my servant Job? And there was a conversation that went on between God and devil, or source and anti-source, or dark and light. And in the end, it was agreed that light gave permission to darkness to have access to humanity, to have access to Job, the devil to have access to touch Job. But there's a condition also attached to it, that even though he can touch everything that Job has or possesses, but he cannot take his life. In this context, or in this chapter or verse, it is using only one human being, Job. But the truth of the matter is that that chapter was explaining what happened between the dark side and the light side and the dark side. That agreement, it was agreed. So one thing I also want you to realize is that the book of Job was written 1,500 years before even Moses was born. So in all the books in the Bible, according to theologians, the book of Job was the first book recorded in the Bible. So that is where this agreement was mentioned, or was known, between the source and anti-source, the dark and the light, God and the devil. The devil was given permission to have access to humanity on this planet, even though not only this planet, the multiverse, but that particular verse that used Job was pertaining to our planet and humanity. So that was the time. And at that time, God gave permission to the devil. And that was the period where the dark age started. A period where darkness, or Satan, or Antichrist, or the omega side of the multiverse had access and also control over the life of humanity. And you can know from that particular verse or that particular chapter in Job what the devil did or Satan did after he had access to Job. According to that scripture, Job lost his children, he lost all his possessions and all those kind of things for a period. And after that, he regained all that he lost sevenfold, 7 times fold. So that particular verse that we hear or we read in the Bible is bigger than what we see. It talks about how God gave permission to the devil to have access to the people on this planet. And that is the beginning of the dark age. And from that time, we have lived under the control and the influence of the devil or the darkness. But God wanted the devil to work hand in hand with God so that it can create balance, so that humanity or the people in the multiverse will not suffer. But it got to a point where the devil or the dark side took control and even dominated more than what source or the light side could do. So it has happened for so many years, especially for the past 250,000 years. The darkness control over the planet Earth has been so intensive. So now, God, in his own wisdom, realized that the devil or the dark side of the multiverse is not prepared to create what is called balance in the life of humanity or in the life of the people or the beings in the multiverse. So even though Jesus Christ was addressing, I am the Alpha and the Omega side of the multiverse, which is the dark side of the multiverse, has come to an end. God decided to close that chapter of the Omega side or the dark side. So now all the things that we see on our planet or in the universe, especially on the planet Earth, especially the governmental level, the kingdoms and military, all the structures, just name it, everything that you see was designed by the dark side of the multiverse or during the dark age, which was controlled through the Omega system. Now, that Omega system has been taken out from the multiverse and that has been replaced by Harmonic Genesis for the creator of organic life. The harmonic genesis for the creator of organic life is a system that Source has used to replace the Omega side, and it is permeating through all the densities and dimension and plane of existence through the multiverse. So everything that the Omega side established in the multiverse that is working against humanity or against the people in the multiverse or the beings in the multiverse, this harmonic genesis for the creator of organic life is repairing it. So now the Omega side is no more. And when the Omega side is taken out from the multiverse, that is the end of the dark age. And that thing happened last year, the year 2023, I think October 15th. That was the time that the dark side, that agreement for the dark side to pertain or to exist on this in the multiverse came to an end. And from that time, God is cleaning all the remnants of the dark side from the multiverse, so humanity can also enjoy access to light. So now there are more light on this in the multiverse than darkness. All the structures, all the energy that empowers the Omega system is now removed. But you have to understand that the Omega system, or the dark side, or the dark age, work with a lot of people. Now, one thing also I want you to understand is that even though the Omega side or the dark side in all his system or the structures, one of the structures or the system is the religion. And they made us to know that when you do this type of thing, you will be punished or you'll be judged and all that. No. God is not judging the devil for doing what he has done. No, God is not judging the devil that he has done something against what the agreements were supposed to do. Therefore, he's going to punish the devil. No, God just closed the chapter and said, now, what I want you to do, you are not doing. I've given you a lot of time, an ample time for you to create balance. But if you are not going to create balance, then that's it. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it alone as light. And now, the devil and his, system and angels and beings and all those kind of things have been taken out from the multiverse. They are no more. It doesn't mean that God is going to put them into any fire or that. No, that is not how it is. So now we are in the golden age. The golden age is the period where light and the harmonic genesis of the creator of organic life is now building system and structures. But one thing that I want us to realize is that the level that this thing is happening is not open. It's not a level that is open to many people. Because all those structures that the Omega side established, most of them are not recorded in the books that is available to us. So it doesn't matter your degree or your PhDs and the professors and your bishop and the cardinals and all those kind of things that you acquire. There are some information that is not privy to us. What the Omega side did was that he kept about 95% of the information and all the things that control humanity and the planet Earth to themselves and only some few people. And the rest of us, we are just sharing just about 5% of the information. And that's why the few people who knows more about the 95%, they control. So the Omega side selected some few people, some families, some bloodline, and they call them a special people. They give them special treatment or they give them special consideration, like the Rothschild, like the Black Sun, like the Dragons, and all those kind of things. And they also establish other occultic groups or systems. When we say occultic, it came from the word occulture, meaning that a hidden knowledge. You see, knowledge that has been hidden, like the Freemasons and the Illuminatis and all those kind of people. They have some information that they know. The Omega side open it to them. But because it is coming from the Omega side, it doesn't always bring on board the light side. And for so many years, that is what we have been exposed to. And all our spirituality and all our spiritual outbringing and the things that we know as spirituality were given to us from the dark side of the multiverse during the dark age. Therefore, one of the things that the dark side also did was that they always want to wipe out people from the planet. And when you study all the structures of the Omega system, the base reason for establishing the Omega system and all the structures and the systems and the AIs and the quantum computers and all those kind of things that the Omega system established was to make sure that every human being become like a cyborg, and a time will come that they wipe everybody away. And one of the things that they want to they use it to explain to humanity is the rapture. In the book of Revelation, they are saying that a time is coming when those who are righteous will be taken out from the planet to the sky to go and meet Jesus in the sky, and Jesus will take them to heaven. And after they go, those who were not able to make it to heaven will face the wrath of the Antichrist. And I've told you that the Antichrist is not yet to come. The Antichrist has ruled this planet for many years, especially for the past 250,000 years. He has been intensive. And all the things that we see, all the system that we see, religion, Bible, and all those kind of things, were not given to us by the source of creation or light side. The Bible was given to us by the Omega system or the dark side or the Antichrist. And therefore, all these things that they recorded, the rapture that they recorded in the Bible, was to help the Omega side to wipe up the people or kill the people or the beings on this planet, and select some few people that they have given them the special consideration, and they will come and pick them up, and they trigger the destruction of the planet and the people on the planet. Then they will come back and also inhabit the planet and also, grow again on the planet. So during that period, you realize that in the book of Revelation, everything that is preparing towards that particular rapture is something that creates what I call fear. Now, one thing I want you to realize that fear is not from the light or from God. Fear is a tool of the devil. And when the devil creates fear in you, it gives them power, and it makes you vulnerable. It makes you the person who is fearful, who is in the state of fear. It makes you more vulnerable and fragile so that they can control you. So when you read the book of Revelation, everything that is recorded there create what I call fear. And it tells you that it is not coming from God. Whoever the Apostle John met and gave him all those kind of information that he recorded it in the book of Revelation, is not the source of all creation or the light, but rather it is the dark overlord who controls the dark side of the multiverse. Because now the rapture select few people. Listen to me. The rapture select few and destroy many. The rapture select some people and destroy others. That is not God. That is not the source of creation. That is not Alpha. It could be only the Omega or the dark side, because the truth of the matter is that we don't have what is called individuality. We are all one gigantic ecosystem. We are all one collective consciousness. We are all one together with God. And another thing is that in the book, in the New Testament, we use the word Lord, Lord, Lord. If you say you have taken Jesus Christ as your Lord, Lord, the word Lord means owner. And God doesn't, ascribe to his creation as owner of the creation. No. Even in the scriptures, the Bible says that nature declares the glory of God, which means that everything that you see on this planet, including ant, including cockroach, including snake, including everything that you see on this planet or in the universe, is revealing who God is. So everything is God. Everything that you see, the one that you like and the one that you don't like, the one that gives you pleasantry and the one that makes life unpleasant for you, they are all revealing God. So everything is God. The one that you judge as good and the one that you judge as evil, everything is God. So God doesn't call me and you as his possession. He doesn't possess us. We are him, or we are one with him. So God don't claim himself as owner of us human beings. It only came from the Omega side. You become owner of things that you've acquired. You become owner through acquirement. So when you create things and the thing comes reveal you, or you can't be owner of yourself. You are you. So God doesn't use the word Lord. All those kind of things that we see, or all those kind of things that is recorded in the Bible, is truly revealing to me and you that document, the chunk of that document, if it's not all, was recorded from the Omega side or the dark side of the multiverse or the Antichrist, who is Marduk. Because all the Bible and the Christianity, the church, and all those kind of things that you see on this planet were established under the control and the supervision of Marduk, who is the Antichrist, and he has lived with us for so many years. And those of us who claim to be Christians who talk against the Antichrist are rather the people who have seriously worked together with the Marduk to make sure that his kingdom or his period become fruitful. Ignorantly, we work with Marduk, we work with the Antichrist, because Marduk told us that we should expect the Antichrist in the future. Meanwhile, he was the Antichrist, because the anti-source is the same as the Antichrist. Whoever uses the anti-source against humanity is the same as Antichrist. When we say Christ, it's like we are saying Alpha, it's like we are saying light, it's like we are saying Lord, or love. So now that we are no more in the dark age, and we are the light age. Now that we are in the Christian time, or the Christ age, the Christ energy is what is ruling the planet now. So if you are a Christian, you have to reconsider your understanding of the scripture, your understanding of the things of Christ and Jesus. You have to reconsider your understanding of what is called the rapture and all those, because for all you know, this December 25th of last year, 2023, per the timelines of the Kabbal, that was the time that the rapture was supposed to take place. Listen to me. 25th of December 2023. Now, even though Marduk is no more in the multiverse, and all his people and the structures that he established, most of them are no more here, still the human beings that he worked with, like the dragons, like the Bastard, like the Rockefeller, the Deep State, and all those, they are here, and they know some of the writings that Marduk gave to them, the timelines that they. So there was a period called the Hanukkah, a period called Hanukkah. That period started, I think, 1st December to 15th December last year. And after the Hanukkah, they were expecting that beings, aliens from different planets will bring some ship to come and pick some of the deep state people and take them to different planets. And when they leave this planet, then they will trigger the destruction of all the people on this planet, 8.5 billion people on this planet. They will go to different planets and come back and re-inhabit the planet and procreate again. That is their plan. They know the timelines when this thing is supposed to happen. But when you go to the scriptures or the Bible, they will tell you that that period will come like a thief coming. Nobody knows when that rapture will come. But those who gave us the Bible, that the Jesuits, the dragons and all those kind of things, those who work with the Omega side, who established and compiled the Bible for us, know when that thing was supposed to happen, and that was the 25th of last year. But because that period, the dark age, has ended, all the things that were pertaining to the dark age cannot happen. And now we are in the light age, we are in the golden age. Now, the difference between the golden age and the rapture or the dark age is this. The dark age or the rapture selects on few and destroy many. The golden age doesn't know who is doing good or who is doing evil. The golden age is for every human being. Now, in the golden age, there's nothing called channeling. In the dark age, you need to channel your prayer through somebody, because somebody has to become your mediator, because the Antichrist, what he succeeded very well was that he was able to draw man from himself and put him in a position and give him some work, job to do before he can get back to who he really is. That is how he destroyed humanity. And that's how he made things unpleasant for humanity. But for example, when you consider the book of Genesis, the conversation that went on between the devil and the woman in the Garden of Eden. God created human being in his likeness and his image and everything. Human being was living with God in harmony with God. And the devil told the woman that no. You can't, that one cannot be. You have to do this before you can become like God. And according to the Bible, that is what humanity accepted. So he drew you from where you are, came and gave you some work for you to do. And that work, you work and work before you become who you are once again. So that is how but the golden age or the light age or the alpha age doesn't discriminate. It doesn't say this one belongs to me and this one doesn't belong to me. This is my country that I love, and this is the country that I hate. So go and kill them as the Omega side. So one thing I want you to understand is that in this golden age, if it has to be, then it has to be me and you. If it is going to be, it has to be me and you. Nobody is working for anybody. There's no savior coming from anywhere to save you. There's no channeling. You don't need to channel your prayer through anybody. You have access. You have to reconnect yourself consciously to the source of all creation, so that when you wake up every morning, you know and know within your spirit that you are God. You are the reflection of God on this planet, and you live accordingly. So if it is going to be, it has to be me and you. We need to do what we are supposed to do. Now, no government, let me tell you, no government on this planet will be able to save me and you. The more we fall or rely on this political governance and the religion and the churches that we have established, it is not going to help us. It is not going to solve the problem of humanity. It is rather going to compound the problem of humanity. The solution is what God has brought it. That is golden age, a period where you need to do what you are supposed to do. You are the government of your own self. Self-government is the best government. You will need to do what you are supposed to do. You don't need somebody to give you instruction before you live as God. A time is coming that humanity is going to regain all the fullness of who human, the immensity of being human is going to be revealed this year, 2024. So by the quote, before the end of this year, 2024, as I said in one of my videos, that it's going to be a time when all the people who are sick in the hospitals and in their homes, everybody will wake up one day and disease and sickness will vanish from the life of humanity. And our consciousness, our eye will open. It's like you are dead or you are asleep. You are asleep, deep sleep, and somebody wake you up. And now you realize who you are. That is the period we are in now. That is the golden age. and so many things are going to change. The technology that we are going to use is 1,000 times better than what the Omega side gave to us. It has started, but let me emphasize that not everybody know this type of things that I'm talking about. It has started happening at the higher level, the level that was limited to few people, the cabal, those who rose to the on the ranks of the cabal. Not even everybody who joined the Freemason or who joined the Illuminati who know all those kind of things that I'm talking about. Now God has selected some people on this planet, and you know, when God is doing something, when Source is doing something, it's not following something that has been written down. No, God did not wrote anything down that when this time happened, I'm going to do this. That is the strategy of the cabal. But God selected some few people, and He revealed what He wanted to do. He gave the instructions, and He are doing it. God selected some people who have what I call the Melchizedek energy line. Melchizedek energy line. When you read the Bible, even the Bible, there's a man called Melchizedek that the Bible recorded that Abraham paid his tithe. When Abraham went to a war and he succeeded, when he came, he met Melchizedek and paid his tithe to Melchizedek. And the Bible said that Melchizedek doesn't have, there was no record of his parents or wherever, and whether, no. So the Bible referred to Melchizedek as God. Now, that bloodline, that energy line, are the first souls that Source created on this planet Earth. And when God is doing something, these are the people who understand the voice of God and accept it holistically and follow it. Now, some of this information that I'm giving you, some people, when they hear, some people cap are full, and when they hear this type of information, they reject it. But some of us who have the energy line of Melchizedek embrace it holistically, and we work upon that, and we speak on it, and we are the people that God is using to restore the planet. We are doing what is called restoration of the planet. We are restoring the planet and the multiverse. And now is the time for you to also know what you are supposed to do, so that together we can build our planet and get ourselves from this slavery system and structure that has been imposed on us for many, many years. So if this is the first time that you are listening to me, I want you to subscribe to this channel, share it, and also like it, and let us explore. It's going to be an interesting journey. So many things are happening behind the scene. Now, a lot of people have been taken out from the multiverse, from this planet especially. There are some people that the Antichrist, the Dark Overlord, and the Omega system use and gave them power and control to do so many things. There were few people and they were controlling many. And because they've tested power and control, they don't want to relinquish this power. They always want to control, or they always want to continue what they were doing. And because their time is over, now most of them has been taken out of the planet. And most especially for the past 2 weeks, 14 days, most of them has committed suicide. A lot of people. Now you see, these people that I'm talking about, their names are not in the news. All the people that you hear their names, like the politicians, the presidents, and they are actors. They are acting. They are not of themselves. They are just acting. When they receive instructions from these people who have committed a suicide, they control the affairs. They work behind the scene. We have what we call political operatives. We have operatives. And they control the politicians. So you are president that you are voting for, the one that who is sitting in the government seat in your country, is not the one who is dictating the pace. He is just acting. They give him instructions what he's supposed to do and what he's supposed not to do. Not in Africa alone, not in Ghana alone, everywhere in the world, including Russia, including America, including China. When you go to China, we have the Li family, which is the dragon family, the deep dragon family. They are in control. They control the Chinese government, the Li family. When you go to the UK, we have the blue dragons. When you go to Saudi Arabia, we have the green dragons. You see, the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the original people who are the owners of that kingdom are from Sudan. But now, some people have taken over this, the mafias. You see, the Khazarian mafias, they have taken over that kingdom. And they are also in Israel. And they are also but they have taken over. And they give instructions. They control. The Rothschild, the Rockefellers, everything that you see around, they dictate the pace. And our political leaders are acting upon the instructions that they receive from these people. So very soon, this political system that you see is also going to change. In one of my videos, I said all that is fragile will collapse and disappear. And the two most fragile things that will collapse and disappear are religion and nationhood. And this is the time. Now that the Omega system is no more, the religion that you will see, the religion that people want to go to heaven and leave people behind, all those kind of things is over. Now the type of system in the golden age is that you are not individual. You don't have your own thought. Whatever happen even in your mind have ripple effect throughout the multiverse. So you don't say now, this is my thought, this is my business. No, it's not your business. It's a collective business. We have what is called collective consciousness. We are one gigantic ecosystem. So whatever you do, whether good or bad, whether pleasant or unpleasant, have ripple effects